Ashford is one of the fastest growing areas in England. The town is undergoing a massive regeneration programme to cope with the expansion. One part of the infrastructure to support it is the Ring Road project and the introduction of shared space to create a more civilised town centre.
Shared space is all a question of balance between the motorists and all other street users. Introducing the innovative street design to Ashford may be new for Kent County Council, but it's been tried and tested across continental Europe and areas of the UK, including here, Seven Dials area of Covent Garden, London.
The scheme is set to help transform dangerous town centre roads into more civilised, quality streets, still capable of handling traffic flows, but allowing pedestrians more freedom of movement and with safety. Our streets will become places to go in themselves, and not just roads for cars to get from A to B. Pioneered by Dutch traffic engineer, the late Hans Monderman, the shared space philosophy respects the common sense and intelligence of the road user, instead of a reliance on signs, road markings, traffic signals and physical barriers.
As more people learn what the shared space means, I think things will improve and it'll get easier.
Shared schemes, well, pedestrians have to be careful, and so do, I believe, the drivers and things.
So the cars will still be able to come through while people are walking.
What do you think?
It's quite a good idea.
So I think the pedestrians need to be a little bit more aware of the traffic, but apart from that, no really problems I don't find.
The shared space makes it nice for everybody, it works well, buses are coming up nicely, and it's just good for the area.
Well, as a cyclist, coming down here before this, with when there was a curb there, I couldn't get through. It was about that big. Now they've got this, everyone has equal right of way. It's much, much easier.
Architect and urban designer Ben Hamilton-Bailey works with the EU developing the Shared Space project.
Yes, in a way shared space is nothing new. I mean, streets throughout history have been shared for a multiple of purposes. So in a way we're returning to the way streets have always been. And indeed, to this day, you go around many cities in the world, particularly France and Italy and Mediterranean towns, and you'll find streets which happily share space between vehicles and markets and people. But it is new to the UK because for the last 50 years or more, we've assumed that the only way to achieve safety is to segregate traffic from other activities. And of course, that's segregated drivers from being part of the day-to-day social protocols that we enjoy in life.
So we know that shared space works in Europe and some of the most cosmopolitan areas of London, with a typical 40% reduction in road accidents. It makes sense. But why introduce it to Ashford? Kent County Council's Regeneration and Projects Manager is Richard Stubbings.
We took a lot of soundings and spoke to a lot of people, and there were two key philosophies which we thought we ought to build into the scheme. One was the shared space philosophy, and one was the art in engineering philosophy. So those two things come together, and the idea was to give Ashford a distinctive look, to give the streets a distinctive look, to turn them from roads back into streets, and to make them much more pedestrian friendly. And we saw that shared space gave us the real opportunity to do that. It's going to change the town, make it a much more attractive place for business to come to, and for, as a bonus, it'll be very good for residents and enable them to get around the town and take away the concrete collar which the Ring Road was originally providing.
When it was announced that shared space was to become part of the town's redevelopment, concerns were raised over road safety issues. Discussions have been held with those representing the access and disabled groups. KCC listened and acted on their thoughts, including those of the Access Group for Ashford.
When the plans were first put together, the whole idea was there'd be no markings in the road, no crossing places at all. And they, after consultation, did agree that there would be marking in the road for more nervous people to be able to feel more confident there. The council have been very good in listening to our concerns and meeting them wherever they possibly could. So yes, I think it was very good two-way traffic, and I hope anybody who comes to the town will find that it's easy to get about. It isn't just people in wheelchairs, people with ordinary mobility difficulties, mothers with prams, all sorts. Hopefully it's going to be a charming town and easy to move around.
Reducing the speed limits down to 20 miles an hour, and with the removal of excessive signs and barriers, shared space should ensure that all road users are responsible for their actions. Now, safety is of paramount importance in this scheme, but it's up to us to make it work.
Use all your senses. In particular, be sure to make eye contact if you can with drivers when you are trying to move through the traffic. It is crucial that you are aware of each other's intentions. Don't rely on drivers waving you across, as you need to be confident that all the vehicles in your vicinity are aware of what you're planning to do.
Give your surroundings your full attention. Don't impair your concentration with using mobile phones or MP3 players. Unplug before you cross.
Traffic will be behaving in a different way. Make children aware that this is a different environment and that they need to concentrate on what is going on around them.
As drivers, we should be more aware of the intentions of cyclists and pedestrians. And as pedestrians, we shouldn't rely on drivers waving us across. All road users should be confident of the vehicles in our vicinity and also make it very obvious as to our intentions when it comes to using shared space.
If you feel less confident, use the new Puffin crossing outside of County Square, or the grey and white striped courtesy crossings, where you'll be more obvious to traffic. As one of the most progressive areas of Kent, Ashford has already seen huge changes, but development is continuing in the town. How will shared space help the area? Judith Armitt is Managing Director of Ashford's Future.
It's making all the difference. It's about breaking the concrete collar of the ring road, and it's about making a pleasant environment for people to move about. Whether you're cycling, whether you're walking, whether you're on public transport, or whether you're in a car, the slower speeds and the more pleasant environment of trees and benches and wonderful lighting is going to make it just so much nicer to be moving around. And the other big advantage is that we can open up the town centre, make it larger, bring in more shopping, bring in other uses as well. It's very exciting.
As an area of growth and quality, Ashford continues to embrace change, and shared space has helped create somewhere everyone can appreciate the more civilised streets and public spaces in their town. To find out more about shared space, visit Kent County Council's website by logging on to kent.gov.uk or contact the call centre on 08458 247 800.